Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review of another 80s horror film from the year 1984. And this time it is Night of the Comet. It was the last thing on Earth they ever expected. Directed by Thom Eberhardt, starring Catherine Mary Stewart and Kelli Maroney. Also have Robert Beltran, Mary Woronov, and Jeffrey Lewis. Now, Night of the Comet, I've always been entertained by this film ever since I was a kid. Very quirky sci-fi horror film with some really good performances and characters. I will say, watching it again, I do think the first half of the film is much stronger than the second half. I still like the second half because I like the characters, but this is going to go into spoilers because the first half of the film, I like the idea. I like the build-up. I like how this comet is coming and everyone is excited for it. And Catherine Mary Stewart, she works at a movie theater, which I thought was cool. And I love that she was playing Tempest, the arcade game. Tempest. I know this sounds stupid, but back in the day, you didn't have a lot of movies referencing arcade games. I mean, you had The Last Starfighter. Hell, there's this film called Silent Madness, which I'll get to, which a woman is killed while playing the arcade Dragon's Lair game. But, I mean, so I guess maybe this was the year people started getting into arcade machines, and I know it's a stupid thing, but it's okay, it's relatable. I think that it's relatability. And also like, I wish I was playing the arcade game now because I remember liking Tempest. And she gets mad at this initials DMK. Granted, there is an error, little nitpick on that, where she gets the score. I think it's actually later she does this, after things hit the fan. She gets the score and she puts her initials over it. That doesn't really happen. The score would just go down one more. It wouldn't just disappear. If you got the same score, the DMK initials would just go down one more. It wouldn't completely disappear. But again, this little weird nitpick. But I like that, you get an establishment of the characters. Catherine Mary Stewart, Kelli Maroney, they're sisters. Kelli Maroney, by her outfit, you tell she was a cheerleader. The night comes, the comet comes, it's the next morning, and we are in the theater. And I liked how Thom Eberhardt shot the city. I think that's why the first half of the film is more interesting to me, because they really made it feel like, on the very low budget they had, that this city was empty. I mean, I Am Legend with Will Smith, I like that film. It's cool how they made that city look empty. But they had a lot more money. Here, they didn't. But they made it look eerie, desolate, and empty. And you're just hearing the wind, and you see the clothes and the dust, which is the remains of these people, blowing in the wind. And the way the score... Who did the music for this? I thought the score was Don Perry. Supervised. No, music by David Richard Campbell. David Richard Campbell, music by... I don't know if he's still with us, but if you do, you did a really good job on the score. Especially in these scenes there, it really fit this moody, creepy atmosphere of the feeling the emptiness. Like I said, how desolate this city has become. And I remember even seeing as a kid getting creepy vibes from that. And the movie has a good sense of humor as well. Like the guy who's with Catherine Mary Stewart, later on you find out the reason some people survived, I think it has to do with steel. If you're surrounded by steel or you're in a place that had steel all around you, then you weren't affected. I mean, they had to come up with something, okay. But like the boyfriend, he works at the movie theater too, and he was supposed to get this film can, and it's like, if he calls you, you tell him I'm very, very, very pissed. And she's like, what about my $15? And he goes, tell him you're pissed too. Just this offhand way, he's like, you tell him you're pissed too. So, like, not even looked at her, just he's walking after saying that. I don't know, just the way that was delivered made me laugh. And there's other moments too. And then the horror of it, not only because of the situation, but some people who are only affected by it a little bit, they're changing into these, I guess you call them comet zombies. I mean, not zombies like they're slow, but like they're, best way to describe it is they're zombies. They just don't move like one. And, you know, I keep harping on this a lot of reviews when critics nowadays, oh, finally we're getting movies where females are the heroes and strong and the stars. And I'm like, you've never seen 80s horror. You've never seen 80s movies, have you? I mean, there's never been... You ever seen this? You know, you get to the scene where they get the guns and they're shooting at a car. Daddy would have gotten us Uzis. The car didn't know the difference. And I just never understood the way some critics are nowadays. Oh, there's never been strong there's strong females. I'm like, are you kidding me? Have you seen movies? Have you seen movies from the 80s? Have you seen the 80s horror films? Most of them had strong women. But hey, what do I know? Robert Beltran, he had down this road because he was in a film called Eating Raoul. I know later on he would work on some Star Trek TV shows. I really liked his character. Really likable character. I believe the character's name was Hector. I always remember a moment where he goes back to his home to see if his family's there, and there's a kid. Kid Comet zombie. I just love some of the lines Robert Beltran says. Look, just go away, kid. We don't want any. And like he won't shoot the kid, and he runs off. And like the music that's playing, like the song that's playing, I don't know why, it just always gave me a fun chuckle. And I wouldn't... I said it was the second half. I would say the last 30 minutes, it kind of runs a little bit out of steam. It's right when the two lead girls, they're shopping to Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. And they deal with these bad guys, and one of the bad guys says a fun line, I'm not crazy, I just don't give a fuck. I thought that was a really good line. I'm not crazy, I just don't give a fuck. It's a line I should steal. But it's when you get to the military scientists, where Mary Warrenoff, who I liked as an actress, Jeffrey Lewis, may you rest in peace. Of course, he was in Double Impact with Jean-Claude Van Damme, Every Which Way But Loose with Clint Eastwood, as well as the sequel Any Which Way You Can. Pretty much how they held the place they were holding up. There was something wrong with the ventilation, so the scientists are slowly becoming these things, some faster than others, and you find out they're taking people and experimenting on them to get blood to find a cure. It just kind of loses, I don't know, a bit of the fun. I don't know if it's because we're not in the city anymore and seeing how, what more can we do in an empty city type of scenario. I don't know if it just because the characters are separated until the finale. So Catherine Mary Stewart is like taking over, and Kelli Maroney, originally they don't have her character killed. Her character is supposed to die But instead, Mary Warnoff like gave her a sedative to make her appear dead, so that, as Robert Beltran tells someone, "So you want to try sucking her blood out, you asshole?" And they'll come together at the military place, and I mean, it's still fine. I still liked it fine for those 30 minutes. It's not like I hated it or anything. It's just like you're riding high, and then there's a bit of a dip. Like kind of one of those things. I'm probably alone in that, but the finale, Catherine Mary Stewart saves the two kids, meets up with Kelli Maroney and Robert Beltran. I think maybe because the last 30 minutes, it seems like it would be a different movie. I wouldn't say it becomes a different movie, but I almost want to say that. Maybe that's why I was kind of like, huh? But, I still liked it. It's just, not as much as the first half. Although I do like Robert Beltran and him talking shit to them. You're a think tank, huh? Well, okay. Huh. Think over this. It flips them off. I thought that was pretty funny. And like, the bad guys, they get killed pretty easily. Dynamite was planted. They blow up, boom. Then there's like this one random zombie and Robert Beltran shoots him. So, I mean, kind of a lackluster finale in a way. Although I do like the little joke at the end where we do find out who DMK is. I thought that was a nice touch. But yeah, I mean, there's some nice songs in the film. I like the opening song, which was also used in the trailers for the film. I can't even remember the lyrics. Oh, da, celebrate. Da, da, da. I like that. Decent soundtrack, good musical score, good cast, likable characters, interesting scenario, good sense of humor. Yeah, the last half hour, a bit of it kind of peters out. It's not as fun as the first half, but still a really enjoyable flick. I'm glad it got a special edition. You have two commentary tracks, one with Kelli Maroney and Catherine Mary Stewart, the other with the director. You also have interviews with a good chunk of the actors. Robert Beltran talks about the film. Catherine Mary Stewart, Kelli Maroney talked about the film. Makeup effects creator David B. Miller, and then the director Thom Eberhardt, they also talked about the film. So, good set of extras. Can't really complain about them. But yeah, Night of the Comet, I do think that it's a fun movie. So, thanks for watching. Take care. And stay tuned for more 80s horror movie reviews. Catch you guys later. Bye-bye.